Hi, here I am once again wishing to share with you some more experiences of my long career in customer acquisition, sales and marketing. I hope you have been through the earlier videos that I had posted to do with customer acquisition, talking about some of the do's and don'ts and some best practices that we should remember when we are out there trying to acquire a customer, just so that we can put in place some good practices to ensure predictable results. Now that you have acquired a customer, the next most important, in fact, the most critical activity that you need to focus on is managing that customer. So this session is about customer management. Since most enterprise solutions are SaaS driven, subscription model driven, it is important to put in place a set of robust practices and processes to ensure that you are constantly striving to reduce customer complaints, increase customer satisfaction, and try and create a referenceable customer. All of this is with only one objective in mind, and that objective is to increase the lifetime value of that customer to your organization, which is how long can you keep that organization in your customer list and continue to provide and derive value. For me, customer management starts immediately after signing the order. Post PO and payment, the customer starts to look at you on what is it that you're doing, how is it that you're going about trying to deliver on your promises. That person is watching your every step. So it is important that we put in place a good set of processes and practices to ensure that we are able to clearly display the intention to deliver on our promise of great service. Remember, first impressions are last impressions. So for example, how long does it take you to onboard a customer? By onboarding, I mean creating a team, ensuring that the customer has also created a team at his or her end to ensure that there is constant interaction between yourself and your customer organization, appointing a SPOC, ensuring that there is a SPOC from the customer end, sitting with the customer's team and understanding their expectations, documenting all their requirements, understanding the level of customization that needs to be done and agreeing on it, putting in place a good implementation plan with milestones and timelines for customization, implementation, training, testing, etc., so that the customer gets to see a realistic timeline in which he or she can start seeing the deliverables that you had promised at the time of sale. Now, the sooner you achieve this, the better. But it's not going to happen if you don't have a good process in place. If you have a process, then this activity, which is the very first activity post order signing, could become predictable and can be achieved in a shorter time frame. Unfortunately, in my experience, most startups do not have such practice or process in place. Process is something that they leave for later. And in the process, somewhere down the line, they start seeing the impact of not having a process for onboarding or getting the customer to start seeing the ability to deliver on your promise, which has resulted with some of the startups in customer churn at the very early stage itself. So to avoid that, we must have a good process in place or set of processes in place. To have a good customer management practice, there should be a practice or a process by which you have constant customer connect. There must be somebody or a set of people who should take on the responsibility of being the interface between the customer and the organization, so that there is interaction at all levels to ensure that we trap, capture, understand and work on all customer expectations, shifts in customer expectations that are expected to happen over a period of time because of shifting ground realities for them, for their business. So we should have something in place where we need to make this happen. Now, when we talk of customer management, the first thought comes is customer support. We have a support team. They do cater to customer requirements. They service customer requests. But there is a difference. What we need is a team that will work on building, managing, and expanding the customer relationship that you have established with that purchase order. That may not happen with a customer support team because there is a difference between customer support and what I call customer success. The customer success team is one which will work on building a long-term relationship with the customer and work towards extending the lifetime value of that particular customer. So what is this difference between customer support and customer success? Customer support is more transactional and reactive, and it is focused on maintaining a low turnaround time for any service request. So it is actually reactive. They react to a customer request. Whereas customer success actually takes over from where sales drops off. Their focus is on building and maintaining customer relations, ensuring and increasing the value you can deliver and derive from the customer and ensure higher revenues. Obviously, all of this, if put in place and executed correctly, would also lead to our main objective, which is increasing the customer lifetime value. The key initiatives and objectives that the customer success team should drive are onboarding, which is setting the expectations, ensuring all stakeholders on both sides are well aligned with the implementation plan and the set of deliverables and timelines. Adoption. Ensure the product or solution is made acceptable to the customer and get a sign-off. That means it has to be ensured that the customization and whatever expectations are there are met by the solution that you are eventually going to be delivering. Retention. Now, this is a long-term objective that the customer success team should work towards to ensure that deliverables are met and the customer satisfaction levels are maintained to ensure that the customer is continuing to be of revenue value to your organization. Expansion, upsell and cross-sell, enhancements or other modules, etc., which will happen if you have delivered on your original promise. Make the customer a referenceable customer. Make the customer so happy that he or she will have no hesitation in standing up and selling your product or solution on your behalf, speaking on your behalf, giving a class reference testimonial whenever you want it. Last but not the least is to establish a good practice for customer connect. Ensure that the customer is met at all levels, including leadership teams. Put in place a good schedule where salespeople, support people, technical heads, leadership teams all meet with relevant people within the organization regularly to ensure that the customer is fully confident that you as an organization are geared to deliver on whatever promise you had made. So if you are yet to put a customer success team in place, I urge you to do that at the earliest. I'm sure you already have a team in place, and I hope that this video will help you to understand what are the objectives that this team should drive to ensure that they deliver on yours as well as your customers' expectations. That is it in this video. Until the next video, take care and wish you all the very best.